Okay, good afternoon, folks. Hope everyone is well. Okay, market is open. We've had a reasonable amount of movement overnight. A couple of legs up. We had, I think it was it FOMC, somewhere about here. Yeah, didn't do a great deal, in all fairness. So what are we doing? We just seem to be, we've had this push up. We seem to be just ranging at the moment, coming from kind of this area to this area. So there's not really much we can do at the moment. It's just kind of a little bit choppy. It may come down, drop below, or it may push up to the top. There are sellers at 22. So my guess is you wouldn't really want to go short here, but you never know. If sellers like that, they may push it down. So Karina, how you doing? I know, second visit. Excellent. Little Hammer, how you doing, buddy? So there's not really much we can do. We're just kind of chopping back and forth at the minute. We've found some supporting. We've had a little push up, but we don't seem to be getting much further, in all honesty. But if you look on Bookmap, most of the orders are kind of above that red bar, most of the sell orders. But at the moment, we're just kind of doing this. So we just got to sit and wait. Now, there was some orders there. They've since removed. Richard, how you doing, buddy? So we got to move down with a break and a new low, little bit of sideways. We popped up, big red bar, and straight back down. Are we making two legs, or are we finding more support again? It's hard to say at the moment. So Bookmap, there are orders down here, but not super strong. We've had some really strong movement on that CL chart overnight. The thing's just took off, hasn't it, this morning? It's been quite bullish for the last few days. But this morning, there's no stopping it. The damn thing's just literally shot up. So I've got a possible overshoot there, so maybe we're getting a bigger correction. Maybe this thing is just going to continue higher, but after we've had an overshoot, and it looks like an overshoot to me, you've got to give this a little bit of space. You don't know whether we're going to have two legs back and it's going to push up, but usually we'll get a bigger correction. That's kind of what I would be expecting. It's just going to be more sitting and waiting. It was a boring all day yesterday. I've got to say, I found yesterday really boring, which I suppose is a good thing. You don't want to be sat here kind of excited. Okay, so we had that move up. We had a couple of legs down. So any liquidity that was sort of floating around here or here is now disappeared. We kind of need to wait until we get something that resembles some kind of a channel or something more. Hopefully a better trading day today. Since we got FOMC, that might speed things up a bit. At least it's moving. That ATR is a little high. It is starting to come down. Around here, it was about 5, 4.5, 5. Okay, we're starting to come into an area of buyers now. Right at this midline. even with a setup here, I don't think there's much we can do. Even a second entry. Although we are starting to get orders. We got orders at 7,000. So if we had a little pullback, at least we've got orders down here. There's some at 7,002 as well, and they're all below price. Trouble is, it's just not pulling back enough, to be honest with you. There is possibly something larger. It's just a bit too early, really, I think, to start jumping to conclusions. Let's see how it reacts to the bottom. Okay, so it has picked up some buyers. In fact, a couple of legs up around this midline wouldn't be a bad option, but the thing's just looking quite like it's dropping. Same again, if you had a bull bar there, if you decided to pick a bottom, it trigger just stopped you out. They never work, those things. In fact, there was a strategy I used to play around with. Every time we get what I consider a double width bar, as opposed to something like this. This would be a double width bar. Every time we get a bearish bar when we're going up, or vice versa. So down here, we got a bullish bar here. If you sold there, 2-point risk, 2-point profit, that would have worked. Same again, that would have done as well, I think. Bull bar there. If you just bought the close, 2-point risk, 2 points profit, that would have worked. I prefer it a little bit thinner than this, more like this type of thing. So same again, we're going up, we get a bear bar. If you just buy there, 2-point profit, 2-point risk, it worked. Same with that one. I prefer them a little bit wider than these single ones. That might be a bit too wide. We're getting 3 or 4 bars side by side here, but what I consider, this is interesting. So that will be a first entry. So we're looking for a second entry from here. It would be nice if we can trigger that and push up here a bit. Let me just adjust this. I'm not getting a big enough gap. 4, 5, 6. Oh, 3, 4. No, it's still not enough. Eight and 9. Come on, let's have a second move up. Let me just get an order up here ready just in case.
Order submitted.
Can you guys still hear me with my volume up? With my volume on, can you by any chance? It needs to break above this bar. I'm assuming you guys can still hear me. It's all right. I don't usually have my volume on, but I've got it on there so I can hear it. Can you guys still hear me okay? No problem. Come on, push up. There we go. So it's broken above there. That's a good sign. Let's see if we can get some in here. Loud and clear, brilliant. It's going to say I usually have my speaker switched off. It's tempting, that is. It's a little bit square though. That's a bit of an issue I have. So I'm staying out of this. This is risky, I think. It's a bit square, so I'm just going to ditch that order. I prefer to get a bit higher. If this triggers, that would be a possible. Hold on a minute. Possibly. It may work. I just think it's a bit square for me. Now, what I like is it's made a matching high, but I don't like that pullback. A lower high, I may have a go at that. It's just something about this I don't like. It's a bit congested. Push up, sideways push up. If we got a little failed break out of this, so we got a little bit of congestion there, a little bit of sideways. If we have a push up the top, up, across, and up, we get a little failed breakout. I'd like to get above that bar there. Then I'd short that. Just not sure whether it's going to. No, it does look like it's working, but it came within a tick. Oh well, what's that? It's a little bit square for me, and that concerned me a little bit. I think it's okay to leave that. Oh well. Did anybody take that? Let me have a look. Can't see anybody. I just don't like the way it triggered it and came back within a tick. That's a little bit too much heat for me. Some reason. Oh no, it's okay. It's okay. We're not real. There's no real high or low here, which we're trapping. There is a bull bar there. I wouldn't take it on this one here, to be honest with you. This one looked a bit better. It was just saw something a bit missing for me, but there you go. I know it was a worst trade in the world. Thomas Wade never took it. I don't think many people took it. Just looked a little bit boxy to me. I'd have much preferred it if that bar broke above there, because that I would expect to get stopped out. It's in the middle of nowhere, but it didn't. But there you go. The one thing going for it is it wasn't a large bar. Okay, so we got an overshoot there, right down to these lows. Okay, overnight lows broken. Yesterday's lows down here. So is this going to tackle that while we're down here? So maybe an overshoot from that. I'm just going to kind of leave it like that at the moment. So there are buyers down here at 75, which is below price. So if we add a second entry, I may have a go at that because that looks like a nice channel for me. Yeah, possible overshoot, but it's come down enough, I think. So break new low instantly. Nothing really. Tiny break and then straight down. So it's hit some buyers. There are more buyers down here. So is this thing going to come down? So all-time highs up there, which we hit yesterday. We do seem to be, I mean, we had a really big, strong move. We do seem to be clearing up possibly previous days. Wait, when that happens. I don't know, maybe there's a two-tiered channel of sorts there. You had 2 legs down, 2 legs up, retest to the top. I don't know, maybe it is, maybe it isn't. See if we have 2 legs up and test this bottom. Well, what I will say is it moving today. It's not hanging around. Yesterday was like watching paint dry, but much less interesting. So at least it's moving. These bars are quite, there's a lot of volume coming through. I mean, we've just shot up, 12 points in literally 10 or 12 seconds. So at least it's moving. Now, just incidentally, this that I've got marked there is an area of interest, not necessarily a confirmed channel. Just be interested if we get a correction of some sort. We need Captain Kirk. I don't know where he is today. He hasn't been here for a couple of days, has he? So we've got a channel there, clear channel there with a break. I'm not sure about that. Let's get rid of it, I think. So market opened 20 minutes ago, and we've already had nearly a 50-point move down. So it's moving much quicker than it did yesterday. Mind you, yesterday was FOMC, so they expect it to be a little bit slower. Channel break, new high. Let me just pop that larger channel back. Is that more like that? It could be. There you go. Dan's just mentioned that today's the type of day we wanted. Absolutely. It's moving really nicely and quite cleanly as well. Usually don't trade for the first 5 minutes of the open, but today did FOMO slightly in short. Well, I'm guessing if you went in short, you did okay, didn't you? I'm not sure about that, to be fair. I've made it fit, but I don't think it's fantastic. But there may be something There may be something larger down. Lower high there. Can't really take that. It may bounce up and come up for a second leg up. So it's just not clear at the moment. We've still got orders down there. We got buyers at 75, which is there. So is this going to continue down, or are we going to get a second move up? Let me just put that back in there. That's where I had it. Just for now. NQ jumping a lot, is it? It does that, the NQ, doesn't it? That's why I don't like trading it. It flickers around. Do you know, I've grabbed my profit order and dropped it in to get out of a trade, and it hasn't worked. The market tends to push up before it shows you a bar, before it shows you the move up on a bar, and I find that a bit confusing sometimes. Let's just pull that back out to there. I don't know, is it? There's 2 legs down, a correction. Maybe it's something like that. I don't know. It's I'm not sure. See if I can find some different opinions. Okay, so someone's got it like that. So maybe it is. It's certainly acting in the right area, isn't it? I'd prefer another attempt to test this line 2 legs up, which we're not getting, are we? $91. So there are sellers there. So channel breaks, he pushes to a new low. Let's see what happens. See if we test somewhere now. I'm not sure what news that is. I haven't got it set to. I haven't got it set to low. There's no news that I'm aware of apart from Trump speaking later. Strange. Okay, see if we get 2 legs up and a reaction up here somewhere. Trouble is, I'd like a break here because we've come from the top and we didn't get to the bottom. So I'd like to see a break here, ideally up here. And we have got sellers around about there and here. Got sellers in this area. I wouldn't take a short here, especially as if we've come off the top. This is a pullback. I'd expect another push up. There's not even a failure here. I'm going to say if there's a short fail, I'd have a go at that, but there isn't. There isn't a second entry short. But my guess is it's going to push above it. There's going to be liquidity there, or I could be wrong. I don't see how you can trade here at the moment, really. I think this is going to push up quickly. There is a lower high there, but I still don't like this. It's a second entry short there, lower high. Trouble is, if this is a bigger channel, we've come from the bottom to the top and we've only got down just below the midline. Now that always concerns me, so that tells me we're losing a bit of momentum, which can turn prices around quite quickly. You know, 19 times out of 20 I'll get that right. But this, I don't like this. It's a little bit choppy now. It's not clear. Is that a bigger channel? It's hard to say. The fact is it has worked, but it's irrelevant, really. It's not clear. So I'm more than happy to leave that up. I'm not sure what news is we've got coming here. Sometimes it does that a bit randomly, but oh, well. Trouble is, by that time that bar finishes, that higher low there has already been stopped out. So, well, it's one of those things, isn't it? I'm not sure I like that downtrend. Can't get a channel that I really like. Just moved something there. I don't know what it was. Might have been that. Something's happening. Yeah, I had no news showing here on my other chart as well, but I don't know. See, now we're at the bottom. Trouble is, we went right to the top. We came down and we only just managed to get below halfway. Sometimes that'll mean a break. And when I had sell orders here, that's why I left that. But if it's a good enough setup and a lot of traders sell it, then the passive orders are less important. But what do you do? There are buyers down here. Okay, that's just picked up some buyers there. Let's have a push back up to that top, see if we can get some. It's fitting nice at the bottom, so that's a good sign. It's fitting nice now, to be honest with you. So if we have, say, a leg down from here, and that being a correction, we've still got a ways to go. So let's see if we can get up here and get somewhere. We're alone, are we? I think everyone's concentrating, I think. I think everyone's focusing. I'm hoping we're going to get another push up here, another leg up. Trouble is, I don't with these bigger channels. I don't like taking them at the midline. I much prefer to get a push up. So I don't know what I'll say. Thomas Wade's got a weird looking channel. It's touching here where mine is, but he's got this down here, which is weird. I'm not sure what the hell he's got there. I don't know how he's got that fitting, but I've got it touching, exactly the same. So why is mine here and this is the same and he hasn't? That's a bit odd, that is. It's weird, that is. Anybody heard from Mac yet? Still out of action, I believe, isn't he, because of the weather? Let me see if I can get this to change. It's not working for some reason, that. Now, come on, let's have a second leg up. Still not quite right. Come on, shove up. Gonna have some stops up here. We've got to get up here for a second leg. Come on, push up. Push up, push. Still can't get much of a difference. Okay, push down. Come on, get up there. Get up, go on. Get up above this. Get a nice reaction up here. That'd be lovely. Can have liquidity here, see, so if we can get 1, 2, 3 triple test up here, that'd be lovely. Still can't get a decent enough difference. Come on, don't just drop now. Come on, shove up. Come on, babes. Couple of legs, get up here, stop this out, stop that out, stop this one out, and then give us an entry. I hate it when he does that. It's gonna drop in it. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. Don't you do it. Go on, bounce. Go on, get up, get up. You might call that 1, 2. If we can get another second push up, don't come down. If we can get another second shove up here, we'd have a triple test. It's not going to, is it? I hate it when he does that. It's that damn bearish at the moment that it's there's no interest. When it's like this, see, there's very interest in buying or a lot less interest in buyers. And a lot of the time, the thing just gets a slight pullback and then just drops again. Which is frustrating, man. If you'd have got in here, you could have got, I'll have a good move. That'd have been 25, 30 points just in that first push down. Because we've got no setups in inside bar. Nothing we can do. I cannot get hardly any change there. Okay, let's get an order up here, see if we can get something. We've got to get up here, clear some of this liquidity. Trouble is we had same scenario there. I'd like to see a break here. How much of a break, I can't say, but let's just get him out of the way. Sellers at 92, 95 up here. Well, that didn't go down very far before it turned, did it? Let me just ditch it for a minute. Oh.
Order cancelled.
Come on. Arminas, how you doing, buddy? I didn't see you there, mate. What's the bet? And this just drops. If I can adjust that a little bit. Mind you, that might be why. There's a bit of an overshoot there. I'm not convinced so much. Same again, no setup. Damn it, look. There is a lower high there, but 24 ticks into those lows, I don't think so. Too rich for my blood. Damn it, and down it comes again. Yeah, there's no space. As frustrating as this is a little bit, there's just no space there. I can't take that to the lows there. There's a point and a half at best, and it's a 24 bar risk. That doesn't include the tick above, tick below. So I just can't take it, as annoying as it is. The trouble is, when it's like this, it's easy to get that FOMO and just decide to jump in. I guarantee as soon as you do that, if you haven't come in at the right place, the market's got a habit of turning on you. It is frustrating. We had 3 pushes up and then just down, but unfortunately, I just don't like that bar. We haven't made a new high of this break, which I don't mind at the key entry point, but the bar pushes down and looks like it may decide to tip up, which is a bit frustrating. Ben, how you doing, pal? Yeah, it's moving nice. I just wish we'd have had a nice. The bit that why I left that is we've come off the tops and bounced a couple of times on that midline, so you don't know whether we're going to get a break, which is why I left that one. We're at the right area here, but I don't like the bar. Didn't really get a set up here. Left we did, but it was a bit boxy. Nothing really up here for me. It's just one of those things, isn't it? Trouble is, we're getting to that area again, the midline, aren't we? I like trading channels when they come to the bottom and they go to the top like there, but when they struggle to go down, it always makes me nervous because so much of the time when it does that, I mean, you've seen me draw these 1,000 times, and what happens when we get that 9 times out of 10, it has a break. So the fact is we only got so far down before it turned up steeply. That's what concerned me. You know, here again, I was concerned we'd get a break here, which is why I left the lower high, but it's one of those things, you do nothing, the thing just seems to drop. You're on the same page at least. Yeah, absolutely. We do seem to be getting some movement, don't we? Mind you, at the end of the day, if I can get one trade a day, I am over the moon with that. So the way it's moving, it's, you know, market's only really been open, for the mainstream trading for 45 minutes. So there's plenty of the day left. So if it continues like it's been doing this, but we've spent quite a bit of time up and around all-time highs. So this looks like it's having some sort of correction. So that might be why we're having a little bit of movement. So we've got this push down, 3 attempts to push up, another leg, we couple of legs up, a little bit of congestion. Be nice to kind of get up, across and up, a little bit of failure here, but same again, we're not getting down to the bottom, which makes me nervous. And here we go, now we're getting the break. I expected the break there, but we didn't get it. Or are we getting a break? Is that going to turn down? I will say there's a bull bar there, a high or low, or whatever you want to call it, and that's triggered, but this looks like a break to me. But you never know, the way this market's going, it could just, the second it pushes out, it could just turn down. Yeah, I've done this before, thinking, oh, if it does it again, I'll jump in, and you jump in and it stitches you up. So sometimes when it does things like that, you just got to let it go. We had kind of 3 attempts and then it dropped, but I didn't like the bar. It doesn't really qualify. And as frustrating it is, I mean, I'm looking at the discords now and people are going, yeah, took that. And that may be the case, but they may be taking it on a demo or a sim or on a valuation, in which case, I get it. But when you got 20... What's the ATR at the moment? So the average bar's you're probably risking 4 points, which is $200. And I got 20 accounts, so I'm risking $4,000. So it's not quite as simple as going, well, we're at the top here, let's just jump in. My chart reading's pretty good. And I don't often get things wrong. And when we come down and we struggle, 8-9 times out of 10, we'll have a break. But this day so far is quite bearish, but you still just have to wait and follow your rules, even if it means you let trades go. But if you start breaking your rules, I know we all have slightly different rules, but if you start breaking them and things go wrong, that's when things start to get frustrated. So it doesn't bother me in the slightest leaving a trade. It is frustrating when it gives us the signal we may be finding a little bit of lack of momentum and I expect a break and it just doesn't. But the market's just, it is what it is, isn't it? It's a strange entity and you just have to kind of go with it. You just risk the activation fee. See, for me, I've got 20 trades on the line, so if I do mess up, it's costly. If I lose 4 points, that's $4,000 out of my account, which I don't want. Especially based on a hunch. I have to wait for my rules. If it adheres to my rules, I take it, and 95% of the time it'll work. You're a long guy, yeah. To be honest with you, the way prices at the moment, there's a break here, and I'll tell you something for certain. 19 times out of 20, it'll come down and test the lows. Now, it doesn't mean it won't push up in the meantime, but these channels like this, you can clearly see we're losing momentum, but we did there, but it didn't seem to make a difference. Now, we've got liquidity here. Now, you're going to have buyers looking to test the lows here, and where's the best place to get in? Above here. There's a bunch of liquidity there, isn't there? There's 3 kind of little tops. So if you want to sell this market, this is the area to do it in. So if I just have a look at my book map at the moment, so it's not a huge amount of orders up there. 65 is about the highest, which is there. There is sellers between 60 and 65. But you just never know. The market's quite bearish. It might just get above this liquidity and then drop. But for me, a couple of legs up, this is not where it's going to come down. The bigger this channel down, the bigger the break. And that is a fair old size channel, in all honesty. It's 90 points, so I expect it to come back. Well, at least this area. The trouble is, the bigger these channels, the harder they are to time to test the bottoms, because a lot of the times they'll do this, trigger here, push up for another leg, do a little bit of sideways, have a failed breakout, and then drop. Once it drops, you get in, pulls back, stops you out, and then eventually finds its way down. So the bigger these channels, the slower, the more awkward it is to test the lows, which is why, you know, these type of channels where we have the breaks, those are those ones I like. This sort of size, couple of legs up. Unfortunately, we had nothing on there, but that's the type of trade I like. Unfortunately, it was a bit boxy here. On my chart, there was a bearish bar, but we do it all the time, up, across, and up. So a little channel down here, little fail breakout. See that bar there? Picking off a little bit of liquidity and then down. That's kind of what I was waiting for. Kids posting with it. Yeah, see, I look at a lot of this and a lot of people go, I took it for 5 points, I took it for 8 points. When you got 20 accounts on the line, you're a little bit more of a serious level. You know, if I'm trading one account or an evaluation, I'd have probably jumped in at all of these, but the trouble is you get away with it for so long and it'll sting you. So you do get to a stage where you just have to play the game properly, and that means taking less trades. See, I took nothing yesterday. Thomas Wade took a trade, but he took a loss. So yesterday was an appalling day. The trade he took was super risky. I left it alone. It stopped him out. So being patient does save you a lot of losses. Yeah, you may lose out on the odd trade, but it's just one of those things. You have to be patient and get it right. So we got 2 legs up, a retest and a push down. I'll be surprised if this comes straight down now. The only reason I expect this to come down is if we ended up starting to do something like this, but it just doesn't look like it to me. In which case I'd expect this to go higher. That is not a big enough break really for the size of the channel, but sometimes it does work. But for the most, I don't often get it wrong. You got liquidity here. There's bound to be liquidity here, bound to. So if you want to sell this market down some more, you're going to wait till this area, which is where those sellers are. I'm getting weird news again there. Don't know what's going on. Disco, how you doing, buddy? Yes, trading social media and the same, only posting how amazing their relationship is. Yeah. So let's see how this works. Okay, someone took a short there. I'm assuming they're probably out. Their orders were just below the midline. Yeah, see, that was the problem. So this guy that's got a trade, he took that leg up and he took that one there. It did work, but to be fair, I wouldn't take a trade there. It's such a small break for such a big channel. I'd 100% expect it to get up here above all this. I'm guessing he made something off it. So yeah, ATR is quite up at the moment, so you don't need to come as far down. So 1, 2, 3 triple test. It's too risky, that is. I'd want it to clear all this lot 100%. If you get in here, it's premature, especially with those orders you can see between 60 and 65. Serious buyers, I can't see buying here unless it continues to range for a bit. But my guess is this is going to turn and push up and stop any sellers that. But you know, if sellers like it and they decide to just sell it, then God knows what. Who knows what'll happen. It is quite rangy, so it may continue, but my guess is it'll push above here before it breaks those lows. There was a triple test, but just so close to those tops, you just don't know whether we're going to do this. Lower high would have been a better option. I'm really surprised it didn't clear any previous liquidity before it went down. I'm really shocked. What is going on with the news today? We've not got no news. Not until Trump speaks tonight. There's obviously sellers there, so if there's enough aggressive sellers there and they're protecting their positions, then they'll sell it, and it looks like that's what happened. Yeah, Dan didn't take it. He had exactly the same bar as me. He did. He's put my signal bar was ass. Yeah, it's just too. It's just got a fair wick on it. It's kind of close in the middle, especially with liquidity like that. Lower high would have been a better option, but we just nothing at all. It's definitely a bearish day today. See if we get another leg back. I'll be really shocked if it doesn't clear that liquidity. So I'd like to see that. You short of that one. Just bar wasn't as good for me. It always makes me nervous when we have a break of a big channel down, especially when we're so close to such a reasonable amount of liquidity, and I could see it between this area. What can you do? You know, if I'd have been trading one account or something like that, I'd have had a go. Not only that, we weren't really trapping a lot of. There's no real higher low, or there was a bull bar with a higher low here. You know, I could understand trapping it, but it's one of those things, isn't it? So there are strong buyers at 30, which is there. Where is it? 25. This thing just wants to keep going down. It's very bearish today. So we're down over 100 points already. Got my runner target set for 30 points. Good on you, bud. I don't think the market liked the Fed pausing rate cuts. Yeah. Didn't really react too much, did it? We had a little bit of a, when was it? Around about here. So it didn't really do too much, did it? It just continued to chop, really. We had a bit of a drop, and then we had that kind of big sort of, well, we basically broke the lows and then had a good strong push up. So we had two legs up. It's clearly struggling to go anywhere, and that was it. But and I'm guessing because it's so bearish, I think that was enough to encourage sellers just to continue to push this thing down. I mean, that thing is steeper than this. I can't see that working for much longer. So we've had a break and two pushes to a new low. So I think we've got to give this a bit of space. It's coming down very steep, this. I can't see that continuing. All you need for the day, yeah. In fact, I'm guessing there's probably some traders already finished. There was something here. I didn't like it here on my other chart. There was, and even if you'd have got some of that move, wherever it sort of started. I mean, even just down to there's 20 points. It's allowing that to come back, isn't it? Like 9 points, because you don't know it's going to do that, do you? But usually you'll capture this kind of move, won't you? But it's definitely a bearish day. Trouble is, with that bar, that's quite a steep bar. Now, usually, if we get a continuation down there, usually it's not as steep. So, I don't want to trade this how it is. I'd rather kind of have, I don't know, maybe something like this. That kind of angle down. So, if you go short, it may shrug you and push up to here. But it's one of those things, Mac will probably say, if you'd have just shorted every time you got back to here because it was such a bearish day, but you can only really make comments like that towards the end of the day when you've seen it all move. But when you get into these areas, you don't know how much further it's going to continue down. So it's just, it's one of those things, isn't it? Slight break, got a tick away from the EMA and then down, but there's no setup, is there? That's a frustrating thing about days like this. But are we going to see another leg down? Well, we certainly could. There's certainly some kind of a correction there, but as I say, I would much prefer to kind of see something like this. A couple of legs up and then maybe catch a bigger move. But until it happens, we don't really know, do we? Which is why sometimes it's a bit of a pain in the ass. Hello, Wilson. Hello, lad. Hello. Hello. Good boy. Fist bump. Good lad. Okay. What have I missed? I'm a lady. Still haven't told us your age yet. Do ladies tell us your age? I want to know how old you are, Karina. I think you're around about 28. Something like that. That's what you look like in your picture. Right. Is this going down at that angle? Who knows? So 20 and 22, we got buyers down here. So I'm guessing temporarily it may come down. This buyers at 20. Oh my good grief! Look at this. The thing is just dropping. That's frustrating. You still haven't told me. Just let us know what the first number is. Is it a 2? Is it a 3? Is it a 4? Or is it a 5? You never know. Wait, look at that. How big's that bar? It's mad, isn't it? This is ridiculous. It's a 4. You're in your 40s, are you? Don't look in your 40s. I'd say you look... Well, you've only really got your picture, haven't you? Your little kind of round picture, but you don't look in your 40s. You look good for your 40s. Maybe it's something like that. You should have resisted me. You shouldn't have told me. I forced your hand, didn't I? Man, this thing just doesn't want to stop, does it? I mean, we've had a break and we've still done another 10, 20 points already. Trouble is, I guarantee when we get a set up there, it'll come down a few points and turn. Plus 14 in good shape. No kinds. I'm assuming no kids. Is that what you mean? No kids? Kids are hard work. Especially women. Oh, the amount of money we spend on creams and makeups for my 17-year-old daughter. I reckon we probably spend 80, 60, 70, 80 pounds a month. She's like cream mad and lip balm and all this sort of stuff she has. We spend a fortune on stuff. Sure, there's this place called Style Varna. My wife bought her stuff the other day. It was like £85. It's mad. Is home just had So, kids are hard work. They're nice though, especially when they're young. I love them when they're young, when they're around 4 or 5 and they're still all that cuddly. But when they're like 17, they don't want to know you. Is no. I love them when they're young kids. They're just they're adorable. It's when they start to sort of get a little bit of a mouth on them. Yoga, Pilates, diet and exercise. I need a little bit of that. That's my daughter now. She's really discovered being vocal, put it that way. But I prefer that age. That age I loved. They're lovely kids when they're little. You're supposed to take me to marry. You never know. If I ever get divorced, I'll give you a ring. But that was the best age for me. That was my daughter on her first birthday. I just love that age. It's an amazing age, but when they get to teenagers, they really become vocal. That's for certain. They're lovely with that. She had masses of hair. I know when she was born, the nurse said she hadn't seen a kid with hair that long for years, so she just had masses of hair. But I love that age. Must take it. In fact, when she was little, people used to say, "Oh, ain't she gorgeous? Don't she look like her dad?" My wife used to hate that. But she had a right old mean look on her. That was, I don't know how old she was there, maybe 5, something like that. But she had a really mean look on her. Yeah, that was her at 3 years old. That was her on her 3rd birthday. I took her out for the day on a train. I love them when they're this age. The trouble is, if you got kids, just enjoy them now because they don't half grow up fast. They really do fly up. Well, we're definitely in another trend. This thing just looks like it's ready to tank. It's got to reverse at some point, surely. Trouble is, what concerns me is if we end up doing something like this, we get a break and then we end up catching on to something like that. Look how nice that fits at the bottom. So you get in here, it may shoot up to here. So you got a large measured move down, have you? Yeah. I mean, based on that first move, we certainly could come down a lot further, but that is steeper than this. In fact, it's probably about similar. So how far is this going to go down before we get a break and then it comes down at a less shallow angle? That does concern me. So we're out already. I can't see this continuing at this level. So look at that, we're out, and all of a sudden we're heading south. There's nothing you can do here, to be honest with you. Okay, channel break, new high. So this is where we'd look for a short. Buyers at 10, which is good, which is below price comfortably. That will be a second entry short if that closed below the EMA. Channel break, new high. So tempting that is. See if we get a lower high. It's not a huge. It is a second entry short. See what I mean? It's come back within a tick. Is this going to come down? I'm still glad I didn't take it. It's still super risky, but it is a second entry short. But look at that. You took that second entry short, you got stitched. It's weird it's that bearish, isn't it? You think something like that, sellers would jump in, and look what happens. That will be a lower high there. Trouble is, because of that, I would have to stay out of this one. Now, I would be asking myself, is there a bigger channel down there now? It's tempting. There's going to be stops there, but is it going to backtrack and is it going to go sideways? The safer bet is the lower high, but sometimes if it's bearish enough, we just don't get it. See, if you took both of those bars closed above the EMA, EMA's flat. That one trigger just stopped you out. That one looks like it's working. Let's see if we get a lower high. I don't think we're going to. It is frustrating, to be honest with you. First bar, you got stitched. Second bar worked. There's no difference between those two bars, to be honest with you. They're both bearish. They both close above the EMA. And it is a bit frustrating. It's frustrating. And then all of a sudden we're down. If you took that one and you get this one here straight away, you're nervous, aren't you? That one failed, went down, pushed up. Who's to say that one's not going to fail and we're going to move a bit up? So what happens? You stay out and then the damn thing moves down. It is a bit frustrating from time to time, but what can you do? I do like the fact there we've trapped some bull bars, but is it just going to trigger you and push up? What do you think, Wilson? It's just a bit of a shame, but if I got to say, there does seem to be setups around, but well, I say setups, it's definitely moving down, but at these key areas, the bars haven't been perfect. You've noticed the next bar after second entry long fails usually works strong trend, but that could have been conjecture. Yeah, it's just one of those things, isn't it? The trouble is you don't know whether this is going to push up a little bit higher, clear some of this liquidity, and then possibly, you know, move into a kind of a wider channel, because that is steep. You know, we've had a steep move down, and that one is actually steeper. And it concerns me getting into trades around here thinking we're going to get a correction and then we're going to have a bigger channel down. You've got to try and work out what's going on. I have seen a couple of people with slightly bigger channels, and there lies the problem. I think I had a go with that. If you have a go at that, that fits as well. So we could come up, test this area. I don't like all this though. So for me, it's not super. And now we're dropping again. It is a little frustrating, I will say. First one triggered, second one worked. You think it's a big trend? I think you're right, mate. It's just hard to exactly see how it works. So if you go from there to there, trouble is you got such a lot. It's definitely a trend within a trend, isn't it? Do you know, I will say sometimes trending days, strong trending days, can be the most difficult to trade. That's just a shame we didn't have a lower high here. Yeah, so the 10,000 tick chart is looking like there is a larger. I'll tell you what I'm going to do just for now. I'm going to put that there. So at least we've got a target should it get back up towards the top. It is frustrating when you get such a big... I mean, if you can get in here and even capture a bit of a move, it's not difficult to get a good 20 points plus when it's like this. I'll tell you what, let's just put a bigger channel down there. At least that means this thing's just shooting down the middle, so... I mean, that has come down 100 plus points, isn't it? It's got to come down 120 points, isn't it? Yeah, 127 points. It's a fair old move, that is. What have we got? So we got that big drop down. That's not far away, 880. We're not far away from there. Buyers at 900. There's going to be buyers at all these round numbers, I say. The trouble is, I mean, if you get someone buying here and they risk, I don't know, X amount for the potential reward, not that it's a great strategy, but if you can catch it right, I think no woman uses Mac system. There's bound to be someone. There's very little women in trading, actually, very little. I think it's less than 1%. Which is strange. I don't quite know why. So, maybe there's something like that. Yeah, there's me talking about a reversal now. Look, all of a sudden we've just shot up 50 points. Let's get rid of that one, I think. Just for now. We need to just treat this as it is. Don't just drop. Give us something. Yeah. To be fair, there's the way this thing's working, there's never going to be enough buyers to change this momentum straight away, is it? We're going to need a break and literally something, but you know, for short traders, whoever might be short in this, there's a lot of profit to be made there if you can get in at these right places. Trouble is, we wait for a setup here. Some traders may just short here, put a stop up here, put the profit down here. So the potential for making profits on a day like this, if you can get in at the right place, is really good. So we got a channel there with a break. Now this is the key. If you don't catch it right, it can stop you out and push up higher. If you don't get in, it can turn and push down lower, but you've still got to wait for a setup. Sometimes it just turns, goes a bit sideways and drops. Now, big quick bar down, but no setup. Is it going to continue down, or is it going to trigger and push further up? That's a 20-tick bar. If you get that wrong, that's expensive. So channel break, no high. So the channel has played out, that's for certain. I would like to get up here somewhere. There is a lower high there, but trouble is, you do nothing, it works. You get in, it may trigger and push up. I haven't got, I'm not sure about a channel at the moment. I've adjusted it a little bit. I had something like this. The trouble is, we've already had a break and a new low, so is this an attempt at a reversal? Who knows? It only takes you getting it wrong just once. So there is a second entry long there. Is this going to push up, or is it going to be a failure? Yeah, so you've got to give it a little bit of space. Trouble is, there is a second entry long there, so there may be some buyers, but it could trigger below there and drop like a stone. It could, but depending on where we are we going to get a little bit higher and maybe confirm, you know, two legs, clear out some of this liquidity? It's one of those things, if as bearish as it is, and that's the problem, sometimes the more bearish it is, you get that FOMO, and you get that kind of desire to want to jump in and not miss anything. But whenever I've done that in the past, it just doesn't work. And then you do nothing, and then look, down 30 points, 30 ticks. This is the tough part of trading, where you've got to be able to see this. You've got to be able to see 130 points go down and be okay with letting it happen. Because the tendency is, when you see this, you get more and more of those itchy feet to kind of want to jump in and not miss anything. But every time I've ever done that before, 8 times out of 10, it doesn't work. So you just have to give up. You've just got to wait for your setup and stay away from that FOMO. But look how many bearish bars are triggering there. There's one there, that one hasn't, another one. How many bearish bars are looking like they're about to push down? And the tendency is to think, oh, I'm going to miss another big move down. You do nothing, the thing comes down, you get in, and all of a sudden it rockets up, stops out 1, 2, 3, 4 bars, and there lies a problem. So you learn over time just to stay out of it. It doesn't, as annoying as it is when, you know, we got a strong leg down and there is areas where there are setups, but they're just not quite right. It is a bit frustrating, but you do learn in the end just to stay out. This isn't all of a sudden popping down as bearish as it has been. So who knows? It may have it's a little bit sideways there, so it may have a quick push up and clear some liquidity. So it's just, there's nothing you can do, unfortunately. it's a little bit congested there. That bearish bar hasn't triggered. That one has, but it's not pushing down as strong all of a sudden. But what can you do? Lucid website down. Only looking for a couple of points. Yeah, 3 for me, which is nothing on a day like this, really. But that's what I mean. It's having that ability to be able to just let this happen. But in the past, I've seen this coming down and think next time it gets up here, I'm going to jump in. And when I've done it, it stops you out. It's uncanny how it works. But we've had a channel down here with a break, and it looks like we're having 2 moves down. But are we going to find a little bit of support here? I wouldn't be shocked. We're at that kind of big round number, aren't we? 6-9. So is it, are traders now thinking maybe this is where we clear up our profits and maybe buyers are going to try and have a crack? Who knows? Lucid's down, isn't it? Yeah, Lucid. And I'm not sure about Tradeovate. Is Tradeovate still having problems? I'm sure I saw something earlier. Somebody mentioned something about Tradeovate. So I'm not sure. Trouble is, we could get a second leg up here. I don't know. What you can do is sit and wait for something that you like, and that's it. Jump on. Taxter, how you doing, bud? Wilson, why are you pestering me, lad? Hey, what you got, me? Come on, then. Coming up. Come on, then. Come on. Come on. Come on, then. Come on. Come on. You're coming up. Come on, then. Come on. Little pullback, nice bear bar, 23 ticks. Is it worth it? Not a chance. I'm not falling for it. Do nothing, it works. Okay, I'm just going to take a quick bathroom break. I'll be a quick second. Is this going to continue down? You just can't jump in, unfortunately. Part of trading is not trading. Absolutely right. That's one of the most challenging bits, isn't it? Especially lately. I mean, you've had to have the patience of a saint lately. And when you're seeing this, it's even harder, isn't it? I definitely need a holiday this year. Trouble is this now starting to get a bit finicky, isn't it? Is there a larger channel down there? Maybe. There's just nothing you can do there. It looks like a little break, maybe. Okay, so on this chart, there's a higher low there. Trouble is, that could be misconstrued as a channel. We need to know each other. I'm Lance Secondhand. I'll have to come over to Spain and visit you, Karina. How far are you from Mallorca? Tell you what, I go now and again, Mallorca. I love Mallorca. 2 hours on a plane. Look at that damn thing, look. Where's the last time I went to Mallorca? Let me see if I can find a photo. You visit the UK. Yeah, there's a picture of me in Mallorca. Back when I had abs, that was about 15 years ago, I think. 13 years ago, maybe, when I had abs. 2, 4, 6 of them, you can see. Those days are gone. Maybe you can trade. You trade differently, though, to me, though, don't you? You trade different to me. What is going on here? Channel break, new high. This is frustrating, this. So we're definitely out. So I would like to see it clear some of them. Show my young face. Yeah, exactly. I still have abs. They're just well hidden at the moment. Mind you, I got to say, I did a lot of fitness stuff back then. I did a lot of karate back then. And I got to say, it's bloody damn hard to get abs, I got to say. That's probably, I went for a few years of having them, but that's, it's so hard to keep them. Getting them's one thing, keeping them's the tough bit. We got kind of 1, 2, couple of legs up there. It's all diet, yeah. It is diet, yeah. Everyone's got abs, haven't they? If you lose enough weight, you'll start to see them. But I'm about, what am I now? About 15 and a half stone I am now. I was probably about 12 back then. Maybe not, maybe a bit bigger than that. But trouble is I can lose it quick. But I got to say, I've put more on than I've ever had on this year. Well, over Christmas, certainly. Right, is this having a go at reversing? Let me have a look. Trouble is, same scenario here. Bigger channel down. I expect a bigger break. Now, that break there I expected bigger. Does seem to look like the reason it didn't go up so much was quite likely that it is in this. But even so, even if it is this larger channel, we've only really touched it a couple of times. So country, name your country and marital status. Karina's looking for a husband. So come on, guys. Where you from and are you married? And do you want a wife? From the US, but you can guess what city I'm from if I reveal my name and age. I'll give you a clue about the city. Go on then. Usually, if people have got codes for names, it's usually they're criminals. That's probably what it is. And they do all their tax dodgers or something like that. Never put your real name. Oh, I'm on Facebook. I got my real name. I'm not hiding anything. Right. Let's see if we can catch this. Is it going to turn or is it going to come down? It's a match date inside. I've got to think about other income streams. If I charge you all £20 a year, and I could set you up on international dates, we'll have an international dating site. And have you got any special features as well? I've got a very special feature. Let me show you. Let me give you a clue what my special feature is. This is my special feature. Let me have a look. See if you can guess what it is by this picture. This is what I've been reading lately. So see if you can guess what my special feature is. Advice, meditations, and wisdom for men who have too much. That's my special skill. I wish. Completed its measured move and turn around. Has it, you reckon? Let's have a look. Let's see if I trust you. So if we go from there to there, where do you put your measured move from? You gone from a previous, where have you put your measured move from? See, where would I put a measure? I'd probably go from the top to there. That to me looks like a correction. I don't know where you've got one. I'm guessing you've got one further back, have you? I don't know. Not sure. I'm not convinced this thing's reversing. After such a big bearish move down, I would suggest it may have another attempt to come down, much smaller ones here. See, I would normally, well, there to there possibly. Might just be a break and a huge downturn. Yeah, I mean, seeing that, yeah, I mean, you can have multiple different channels here, but the thing's super bearish. So I would expect it to come down, at least have a go. It's just timing it right. So 37, I would have said, is the strongest amount of sellers I can see at the moment, which is there. I always like to look back at previous liquidity. So there is liquidity here. So if we can get up to there, I think so that bearish bar there that's triggered, my guess is it may continue. I don't know what I feel about this, to be fair. A little bit of a channel, couple of legs up. You're in Miami, are you, Ben? Miami. That sounds warm, doesn't it? I'm not sure about this. Let's put that like that. Something like that. Florida States. One place I've never been to is the US. So, is this reversing? My guess is it isn't, but you never know. Could be something like that. Who knows? It is a pain to see all that, and then all of a sudden you've kind of missed it all, but what can you do? The clue. While everyone is freezing in the US, we are in tank tops and shorts. Tank tops and shorts. Tank tops and shorts. Pass. I give up. Okay, there are sellers around this area and up as far as 40. Now, trouble is, sometimes when it hits these sellers, you get more popping up, which kind of slowly try to draw price up. So channel, possible break, 2 pushes up. Tank tops. Do people still wear tank tops? Why you didn't take the lower high? Confirming the failed second entry long the breakout pullback. I'm not sure what you're on about, buddy. You're on about here somewhere, are you? You're on about that failure there. I had this channel with a break and a new low, so I'm just giving this some space. I'm assuming that's what you mean. I don't know. It's just not great at the moment. And not only that, if you took that one, started to go sideways, which always makes me a little bit... I mean, I've drawn that, but I'm just not convinced it is. So it's hard to say at the moment. I don't like this. Is it looking like it's bottoming out? It's losing some momentum. I had that down as a channel with a couple of legs up and a push down and a new low. So channel break, new high. Who knows what it's going to do? The third entry. You're on about there or something, are you? If you're on about there, trouble is push down. Are you on about that one there? Are you that bar there? Because it didn't trigger, so you can't take it. Or it doesn't qualify unless you're talking about that one. I don't know. It's stacking up here now, so or it was stacking up. So I wasn't feeling it. So let me just see if I can make this a little larger. Maybe, but we've got a break. 2 pushes to a new high. Is this coming down now to test the lows? The next one. Let's have a look. You know about that one there? The trouble is we've come down and we've kind of... I don't like any of this. We've got a channel down with a break. You could argue 1-2 pushes down. So I don't like it, to be honest with you. If we got a channel here, that's a break. It's only your first entry. It's nothing more than a first entry because you got a channel down here with a break. I would have to get a second entry there. But as we got a break, as soon as we hit that one there, we've made a new low. So I just, there's nothing that interests me there, to be fair. And you don't know whether we're going to push up and come up to here. So I don't know. I just tend to leave it until I see something I like the look of. So I can't take anything here, because I can see big orders. There's 400 odd contracts there. Now there is a lower high and it could come down, but the break from such a big move down isn't that big. So I don't know this. I'm just not a fan of what's going on here at the moment. The lower high may get triggered and push up a bit. It's quite mild in Spain over the winter, isn't it, I believe? Got to say, I'd suit being Spanish. I'm a massive paella fan. I eat it every week. I should have been Spanish, I think. So, channel down, kind of... No, there's nothing you can do here. Don't like this. It's a little bit chippy choppy. You're northeast, aren't you, Ben, up that way? Tagster 36 and married. Feels like a penguin setup. I think he's just stopped posting on because he's got like a you can pay to join his YouTube channel, a website. So I think he just posts on that, to be honest with you, bud. But I got to say, he's a very talented trader. He reads the markets like a palm reader reads your hand. He's really, really skilled like that. It's very similar to Pat's, just a kind of a slightly kind of blown out version. I only posted like 2 or 3 times a week. Yeah. I did say to him, actually, I had a conversation via email with him maybe a year and a half ago. And I said, because he was posting some of he was recording some of his trades and talking about when they were going through. So I went, I don't know why you don't think about streaming. I'd watch him. But he said he'd thought about it, but he didn't want that kind of full-time commitment. But he's definitely a skilled trader. I know a trader buddy of mine, Martin, says he was borderline genius. It's definitely a gifted chart reader. He can rip apart these charts really well. I don't know whether it's something like that. It doesn't matter anyway. We've had a break and a couple of new highs. So is this going to come down? My guess is it probably will try and test the lows. Maybe this is going a little bit sideways, I think. So channel with a break. Let's see if we get up here. So 37 3/4 to 40. There are sellers. 37 3/4 to 40. So there are a lot of sellers in this area. You can see them up there. There's probably, I don't know, 400 odd contracts here. So I still believe this is going to come down, but I could be wrong. We may have something like that. If we get a strong reaction here, then this may be reversing. But I'll be surprised if it doesn't come down and at least try and test these lows. So I'm going to leave that. For me at the moment, I'm looking at more like a bit of a range. Now, I wouldn't jump in here in case it comes back up. Sometimes it might make a few attempts. But I wouldn't just jump in here. Married not available. What about just a straightforward affair? That would work. You could have an affair. That's always possible. They're quite popular nowadays. 2 legs down. You could say 1, 2, 3 triple test. Who knows? The trouble is, it's a long way to travel for an affair, isn't it? 18 tick bar off there. Is that going to push up? We've had 3 bounces, so it may. But it's not for me. If I'm going to take a long, I would at least like it to break below any previous liquidity, but it did work. Don't date married guys. What if they didn't tell you they were married? You could just go, well, I didn't know, couldn't you? Now, are we seeing something like this now? It's hard to say, isn't it? I know they lie. Men don't lie. No, it's a myth that men don't lie. We're always truthful, especially when it comes to women. Okay, so we've got to move up with a break new high, 2 attempts to go low. We've had a bit of a triple bounce there, so be interesting to see where this goes. Can you repeat that? Some of us don't anyway. Mind you, sometimes we're forced to. The trouble is, how many times do wives say, what do I look like in this? You've got to say nice, haven't you, regardless. Yeah, does my butt look big in this? You can't say yeah, can you? You've got to say no. So sometimes little lies help things. Otherwise, you're just going to get yourself into trouble. God, what is going on here? What is going on here? So a little channel like that with a break. We've had a push up. We've had 3 attempts to go lower. So there is a possibility this thing could be reversing. Marco marked that. I don't think it was terrible, but it was 18 ticks. Tick above, tick below. I'm not getting in for 20 ticks, especially after we've had such a bearish move down. You don't know whether it's going to trigger yet. It triggered up. It looked like it was going to come down for a minute. I'm not sure whether this thing is going up or whether, I mean, it's such a big move down. I'd expect more than just a quick, big push up. I'd like it to at least make an attempt. I mean, that's a possibility. We attempted to push below, but so these orders I can see, these deep red orders I can see, are all in this area. So I'd like to see it push up. The trouble is we've gone up and across. Often that leads to another up. There's a possibility we could have that. It certainly fits. I think if that is valid, it'll push up and out the top quite strong. I'm not so sure. I certainly wouldn't trade it there, but I'll be interested in seeing what happens when it gets up to these sellers here above that bar, which it's doing now. So see what happens when it hits these sellers. Sometimes you have to lie to save your skin, absolutely. Little white lies are okay. Okay, there's a relatively bearish bar there, but I wouldn't take that. I don't know whether this thing's going up or coming down. If it's coming down, that wouldn't be a terrible area to short. But I can see a fair amount of orders in here for sellers, so my guess is it may pop out the top. So I'm just having to sit tight here, unfortunately. I wouldn't be shocked if this thing reverses. We've had such a strong move down. So any bear bars there, I think, are looking like they're getting trapped. Let's see if that pushes up. There is technically a lower high there, but the bars are tick off a doji, so I don't like it. Okay, really quick 25 tick move up. We're bouncing on that midline. Is this now? Add 3 bounces and it's found enough support there to give us a launching pad upwards. Who knows? Let's put that back there, see how that fits now. No, I don't like it. Half the battle is getting the direction right, but because we've pushed up and we're going choppy, it's hard to know. If I think this is going higher, I wouldn't be short in the tops, I'd be long in the bottoms, but I'm not sure whether this thing is going up or coming down. I would like it to see it hit those sellers up here and see if that has enough to shove it down. 1, 2, 3. There's a triple test there. It's very tempting, that is. 1, 2, 3. Trouble is, because we've come down and bounced off that midline, I think it's risky taking a short there. Especially for the size of it. I don't really want to short right into that midline. Wilson, why are you pestering me for? If that triggers, I'm sure that will trap some traders. You can see those orders there. That's the problem. Okay, it's triggered. Now, I bet there's going to be traders short in that. That is a risk. The fact that we've gone 1, 2, 3, 4 bars off that midline. So if you took that, you just got stopped out. Well, you will do, I think. I'm pretty sure of it. Oh, or it may hold. Looked like it was just going to fly up there, especially when it doesn't for it. I think it will. I'm confident it will, especially after it's bounced off the midline. Is it me or we have too many new people? Have we got new people? We got one, haven't we? Ekedal. Yeah, you're a new guy. Sometimes we need... there we go. He's come in when he's needed to. That's the main point. So if you took that triple test, trigger just stopped you out. There's no way to taking that. It's got trap written all over it, especially when we bounce 3 or 4 times off the midline. But I guarantee there will be some traders shorting that off the top. It's too risky with those sellers up here. Let's see if we got a few stuck in there. Let's see at the moment. Russell, you've been here a while. You're not a newbie. You've been here a while. Oh, you're in the Facebook group. I got you. Yeah, some people just sit quite quietly in the background, and that's all right. It's nice to have a bit of company, I think, when you're trading. Trading is quite a lonely old business, so if you've got someone to chat to or even listen to. So let's see what happens when we hit these sellers, see if this thing pushes down. I'm not so sure now whether I think this is going to reverse or not. There is liquidity up here, and I bet if I look back, this will play a part as well. Yeah, look at that. Bounce. Not as much as I thought, but yeah, it is. I'm just not sure whether I think this is going up, reversing, or whether it's going to clear any liquidity, hit those. Because you can see those sellers, there's still some at 40. There's 350 contracts at 40. A little range, you might get a failed breakout here, but there's a possibility that this could push up for another leg. It may end up being, it could be a reversal. It's always possible. It doesn't fit as nice as I thought it might do, but it's, who knows. I'd like to see it at that 40 level and see if those sellers are enough to push it back into the range. So I certainly would short here, that's for certain. That's where I would expect it to work. I don't think you can turn that into a channel, really. No, it doesn't work, does it? Barking. It's hard to know whether it's going to hit these sellers and then drop, or whether it's going to. Well, stop it. Or whether it's going to rock it up. What you can do, but if it helps, is just right click on it and click reload historic data. That might adjust yours to look more like mine. Okay, we've cleared out these sellers. There are some sellers at 45, not as many as I would have liked. So I think there's a good chance this does come down, but we're going to need aggressive sellers. Trouble is, we're going up at the moment. Is that going to work? It could do as a failed breakout, but I'm not sure this thing's reversing, in which case it may trigger and push it out. So I'm sitting tight here. I guarantee if I do nothing, it'll come down. If I jump in, it'll turn up. But look at this. We've got a bit of a channel going on here. So my guess is it's certainly looking like it's more likely going to stop that out. Okay, excuse me just a sec. Oh, yeah, sorry. Muting myself. I thought we had a knock on the door. It was just a newspaper. Now this, 3 bounces there. It is looking like to me it may be going up. It's not fitting too bad. Channel break new high, big strong buy right off there. So we've been out the top once and it failed temporarily, but now it's pushing up. Second entry long, couple of legs down. I don't even like that now. We've got a channel down there, spike and channel there, break, 2 pushes to a new low. This looks like the start of a reversal to me. I was hoping we get a lower high here to trigger. This is looking like it's reversing to me. So 1, 2, triple test there. I'd like to see that triple test trigger and then a bounce. But it hasn't done on neither chart really. Trouble is, it is a little bit choppy as well, so you've got to make sure you read it right. Triple test, lower high. Push up, 2 attempts to go low. If we can get down here, clean some of this and get a good strong bullish bar, my guess is this may go up. just can't short here at the moment. It's looking to me like it's working up. Leg and a leg. Trap in bar there, lower high, and another one. Bounce and push up. Yeah, it's not easy, is it? It's not easy at all. I don't want to just jump in here, see. Although there's a bear bar there, bear bar there, bear bar there. There's going to be some stops, so that may just completely rock it up. It is 2 legs down. It's very tempting. What I will say is we've broken out the top. We've made 2 attempts to push down. You're going to have bears here, bears here, bears here. So I don't think it's a terrible trade. But I'd have preferred the higher low because the EMA is a bit flat and it did stop there. See if we get a higher low. It is holding there now. What I will say is we've bounced there, haven't we? It's going to have to be a higher low. If a bear bar traps here, there's going to be stops all the way around there. Now we've got to tick off a doji. The larger orders are up here, but it's a little bit sideways, so my guess is it's going to have a quick shove. I could take it on a limit order on a single account, but one, two, three. If we can bounce here, get a good strong bounce. we may get something. It's likely going to stop that out. It's just too risky, that is. EMA is quite flat. It may hold. My guess is it probably won't. If we can get 1, 2, 3 bounces. It's quite interesting. I think I should have a go at that.
Order submitted.
It's a little bit bigger risk than I wanted. We've got 1, 2, 3 triple test. There's going to be shorts up here for certain. Stops there, stops there. It's just a large risk. One, 2, 3 triple test. Come on, push up. There's going to be stops there and stops there, but I don't want to give anything back.
Order filled.
There we go. I think I'm out. It's showing that I'm in, but let me just disconnect and connect again. Bear me a second. It's showing all my trades are out and they're not moving, but sometimes it does kind of hook up. Let me just reconnect, make sure everything's done. Okay, I think that's worth taking. We've got 3 clear bounces. You're going to have stops there, stops there, stops there, stops right the way along here. So I think that's a trade you've got to take. So it does look like a channel with a break, 2 attempts to go lower and a push up. So I like that as a triple test. Worked beautifully. Quick $3,000. Let me just mark this up. So 1, 2, 3 triple test, 2 legs down. Let me see if anybody else took that. I think some did. Let me have a look. Just get rid of this. Triple test. Let me just mark this up a sec. You just took a trade from a range midline, no trade for me. Okay, so here's what I'm looking at, yeah? So if this is a range, which, yeah, we've pulled back into the midline and we've had 2 legs down. We've had 1, 2, 3 attempts to come down and it hasn't, and it's pushed up and closed above that EMA. So it's clearly can't get back into this range. You're going to have stops there, stops there, stops there, stops right the way along there. That's why it's acted like that. It's pushed up there, come back, and once it hits those stops, it's going higher. So this for me, we had 1, 2, 3 attempts down here, another attempt at the midline. Look how many times we've hit that midline. 1, 2, 3, 4 times, and we push up. We have 1 attempt to come back, we push up. 2 more attempts, strong push up. For me, it's a no-brainer, that. Well, I've kind of got it there. So if I have a look at, let's see what other traders have got. He's kind of got it the same place. Let's just have a general look with. That doesn't really tell us much. So look, what is going on there? Bear me a second. Oh, shoot. Where was it? There we go. Let me just make this a little larger. 2, 3. See, he hasn't got a very good bar. I have. So let's just have a look. So both of these have got it as a channel up. Initially, I was looking at a range, but he's got it as a channel up. He's got it as a channel up. And you've got a break here, 2 legs down, triple test, and a strong bull move up. So for me, it's a no-brainer. So you've kind of got to see, he's got it there, which is where I initially had it. But for me, a lot of trading as well is figuring out it might not necessarily be good in someone else's eyes, but I've had this conversation with a lot of people and Mac as well, and we've come to the conclusion that how price reacts to a setup is a good indication of how good it was. And for me, that thing's pushed up 12 points. So if you look at the entry, so we're pushing up. So we have a channel with a break, new high, or 2 pushes. No, we make 1, 2, 3 attempts to go lower. We can't do it. We have a couple of legs up with a breakout. We pull back in, break out again, pull back in, break out again, pull back in, and you got a big bullish bar off the bottom. So 1, 2, 3, triple test. I always look, it's always important for me, who am I trapping? Because if I'm trapping traders, that is going to give me momentum. So that bar there, although you may get traders, is a tick off a doji. So that's weak. Then you've got a lower high, then you've got a stop, and you've got 2 lots of stops right there. So once it hits there, and that's what happened. We pushed up to the tick, pulled back a little bit, and then pushed straight through those stops there. So it's a no-brainer for me. But it's okay to not like something or to think it's not perfect for you. I've seen a bunch of traders take trades throughout the day that haven't kind of been within my kind of remit, you know what I mean? So it's one of those things, but it's okay to disagree with someone. There's nothing wrong with that at all. I encourage it. Let me just get rid of that. But yeah, it's one of those things, isn't it? Spike and channel starting from the lows. At your triple test. Well, even if it is a range there, you're bouncing off the bottom, see? So I don't think it's a range. It looks to me like a couple of failed attempts to get out. But even if you drew that as a range, look what's happening. If you drew that as a range, look what's happening. You got 2 bounces off the bottom. So even if it was a range, I'd expect it to get to the top. But it's just, it's okay to question things. Let me have a look. Yeah, it's okay to question things. I personally think it's quite a clever little trade. But, it's not for everyone, and that's okay. Let me just see if anybody else. I like the trade triple test. Nice bar close above the EMA, no brainer. Yeah, but I get what who was it who said it? I get what the drain or something like that. I get what you're saying, absolutely. I get what you're saying, but initially we've got bounce, bounce, bounce. So this to me is the bottom of the range. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bars there which couldn't close. And it came down at another couple of bounces. So most breakouts fail. That one failed temporarily. It came down and had another push up. We had another couple of legs down. It had another push up. And then we had a third test of it. So for me, you're going to trap traders there. See, from a trap point of view, which is why we had a decent push up once we eventually got above here. So for me, it was a no-brainer, but it's not for everyone. You know, you could even put that there like that and have a kind of 2 little legs down. Not only that, it was a couple of legs down, or you may even say 2 legs there. But I liked it. But I can't tell you how many times I leave trades. And other traders take them, so it's just it's one of those things. And I think, like I say, I was chatting with perfect, yeah, I was chatting with Vladdy a couple of weeks ago, and I said to him, in my opinion, how price moves from a setup is a good indication of how strong it is, i.e. how many other traders will be trading from that level, and that went up strong. So, you know, this to me looks like it's reversing now. It could still just pull back maybe to this level. What time is it? How long have I been going for? 2 hours 40. I'm going to finish in a minute anyway, so I've got my trade for. So even on an absolute crap month, I'm still up 10,700 this month, a little bit over. So it's been an absolutely appalling month. Worst month I can remember. We've got another day, but, you know, even on a crap month, if you've got 20 accounts, you can still earn a lot of money. But there you go. So I think I'm going to knock on the head now anyway. So how much do you spend on Avalians these days? I lost an account a while ago and bought a few more, but previous to that, I haven't spent a penny since middle of December. So I won't spend any more money for the rest of this year on these accounts. I'm quite happy to leave these now. I'm not bothered about buying them anymore. That's one thing I'm stopping doing. The only time I'll buy more accounts is if I add, you know, either take profit trade or something like that in a month. I spent 13,000 last year on that's over $1,000 a month. You've got much better than when I first. Thanks, mate. I appreciate that. But that's my point with, you know, I always used to try and rush, go for more, go for bigger contract sizes. And it just goes to show I've taken 5 trades this month, 5 trades. And I'm up 7, 8, 9, 10, that 10,800, something like that. So we're even on it now. Bearing in mind, I still need to get these accounts up another $1,500 or so before I can start drawing. But even on a crap month, $10,000, that's still $120,000 a year. It's not pocket change. So that's kind of my win rate at the moment is about 90 something percent, 93%, something like that. Let's have a look. This is this month, isn't it? So not adding this. So my win rate up to there was 92.3%. So that'll take it up to, I don't know, 94 or something like that. The last loss I had was kind of in this early 9th of December. But there you go. So that's added to it anyway. So you know, even on a crap month, I've still done all right this month. So you know, nice little trade today. So that's the beauty. One trade after fees, I'm up $2,900. So if you even get 3 or 4 of them in a month, you can still earn plenty of money. So I'm going to leave it there. Right here. My wife's home now. So I've done my one trade. So we're basically, apart from tomorrow, at the end of the month. So even though it's been a crap month, it's been okay for me. So I'm going to leave you folks there. So I appreciate your company. If you carry on trading, best of luck. Have a great evening. I'll be back tomorrow and we'll do it all again. Stay safe. Bye for now.